so with the reserves, so I get through boot camp January, February, March. I graduate April 5th.
That's pretty fast. The boot camp, what is that, 6 months? No, 4 months?
January, February, March. Like the entirety of January, February, entirety of March, into the April. Yeah, it's 3 months.
Okay. Pretty cool.
It's 13 weeks, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come home for boot leave, which is 10 days. You get to come home, spend time with your family, with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go back to North Carolina. You go back down to North Carolina to...
That's where like another one of the bases are?
Yeah,
okay.
On Camp Lejeune. There's a separate camp, Camp Johnson and Camp Devil Dog.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Camp
go there
Camp Devil Dog?
Yeah, because Devil Dog is a nickname that was given to the Marines during World War One, if I'm not mistaken. The Battle of Belleau Wood.
Okay, so why Devil Dog? Like, what was
that? So we were given the name, I can't say it in German. It's like Teufelshunden. I can't forgive my mispronunciation, but yeah, but just the Germans like gave the Marines this nickname because of their ferocity and their fighting. Just how aggressive they were during battle.
This is gonna be a dumb reference from my side, but like Black Ops, like you have like hellhounds and stuff like that.
So
similar to like Devil Dog hellhounds, like same idea.
That sounds, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of nicknames for Marines. There's Leathernecks because back in I believe like the 1700s, maybe the late 17, because the Marine Corps was founded in 1775, and Marines used to wear like a leather collar around their neck that would protect them from getting their throats slit. Oh, shit. And like the collar would also like hold their neck up, so they'd be called. So that would give them this like confident. Like Marines would always look confident. This confident stature, and so they were called Leathernecks, and Devil Dogs. Yeah, so Camp Devil Dogs. So we went back down to North Carolina. I did combat training, and combat training was pretty awesome. It was only a month long, and we got to fire all kinds of awesome weapon systems. Like the M240, M249. I got to throw my first grenade. Oh, man. And
talking about badassery out
here. Yeah, no, it was... Yeah, I mean, it really is, like, badass. Like, you know, when I was going through it, I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is what I signed up for.
But the thing is, like, you came in on reserves, and based on your examination, they said you should go for more of a technical kind of line, right? So, yes. So, with that said, the thing that's very special about the Marine Corps is every Marine is considered a rifleman first. Okay. And so then you do the same training first.
Yes. Okay. So every Marine goes through the same exact combat training. And then you go, so like you're rifleman first and then your technical job, whatever job you have. So for infantrymen, instead of combat training, they go to ITB. I don't know if it stands for Infantry Training Battalion. I forget. But
so many acronyms.
Yeah. And so like that's their job school. Like their job school is just a longer combat training period that I went to. But so I went to combat training through the grenade. And the thing about like a grenade is
I like how the grenade's definitely like vivid in your mind.
No, it is, and I'm never gonna forget this because I just didn't realize how loud it would be. Like you have ear pro, but it's just loud. It's the loudest noise I've ever heard in my life, and it will probably.
So you're just like you're tossing it.
So yeah, they teach you exactly how to throw it, and you're like in this concrete bunker that like goes up to your chest. It's below ground level, but like you know, so just like the top portion of your body's outside, and you've got another Marine there, guiding you step by step, and then you just throw it out, and then you get down in like the fetal position down against the bunker ground. And then it goes off, and like you pull the pin and everything. It's really cool. And there's been instances where like Marines have like messed it up and dropped it.
I was gonna actually ask that. Like, how often are the occurrences of like
I don't know. I can't give you like any statistics, but like it's happened. Like there's been like,
so, like you've been at boot camp and it's happened before, or like you just like
I've never seen it happen.
Okay, so anecdotally you know that it has.
Yeah. Okay. Because they tell us it's happened.
Okay.
and
it's
got to be so
crazy.
scary.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like you're supposed to like jump out of the bunker and get away.
How big is the blast radius of a grenade?
There's like there's a very, very accurate digits on these radiuses. I don't remember. I think it's like a 10 meter. There's like a 10 meter. I don't know. It's like a 10 meter casualty zone, and then
oh my God,
maybe like a 15. Large. I don't know, 5 meter kill zone, 10 meter like casualty zone,
fatal injury,
something like that.
And then like 15 meters probably like you're still gonna get injury from like shrapnels, stuff like that.
Yeah, I should know the specifics, but I don't. There's just too many things to remember.
The acronyms are filling up too much space.
The acronyms, yeah.
So when did you switch over from like doing the training and then you're getting to more of your technical line of duty?
So after combat training, I graduated combat training like May 15th or so, and then I was in 29 Palms, California. 29 Palms is in the Mojave Desert, which is like the lower western part of lower eastern part of California, and it stretches all the way into like Nevada and Arizona. Like the Mojave Desert's huge, and so that's where my job school was. That's where my job is a technical controller, and we work with like
the equipment. I'm assuming.
Yeah, with a lot of technical equipment, and my job school is really, really long for like comparatively. Most jobs are like, I want to round it to about 3 months, but I was in 29 Palms for about 11 months, almost a year. I was out there because of just how long and intricate the job is when it comes down to the equipment.
You have to know every single piece of equipment. I'm
assuming. Yeah. It's.
And I'm assuming there's a lot of equipment.
Yeah, it is, and it's all this networking stuff and. And so, but 29 Palms was awesome. Like it was a great time because I think, because of one specific factor that I think not a lot of people think about. And it's like the lack of responsibility, believe it or not, because.
How so?
So like when you go over there, you're told when to wake up, you're told what to do. You're pretty much fed because you're fed 3 times a day at the chow hall, the cafeteria.
Chow hall.
Yeah. There's a because there's naval tradition because the Marine Corps is the Department of the Navy, so there's all this naval lingo. So like the ground is called the deck, the windows are called portholes, the door is called the hatch. There's all like naval.
Accurate to movies.
Yeah. And. And you're told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and
so you're kind of like you have your, for a lack of a better way to say it, but your hand is kind of held through it, like you're getting told what to do the entire time.
Yeah, like you really don't have any other responsibilities except doing what you're told, and it's something you don't think about while you're doing it. You only realize it in hindsight. Yeah, because I realized it in hindsight, and I was like, wow, like I think that's why. I wasn't really stressed. Like you just sort of, if you can manage yourself well, then it's like a stress-free zone. I mean, of course you're going to get chewed out if you do something wrong. Of course you've got like, you still have like responsibilities to uphold. Like you got to do your job. You have to learn. When you're in the schoolhouse, you have to learn. You have to maintain your grades and whatever.
The planning itself is not on you.
Yeah.
Like it's one headache that's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's a big issue that a lot of the college students that I've talked to so far have. Is that when you come to college as an 18-year-old thinking you know everything but then know nothing and you have to schedule everything on your own, that messes with a lot of people. Yeah. Because you can't plan. You start falling like through the cracks. Like your sleep schedule gets screwed, your eating schedule gets screwed, and that messes with your mental capabilities, your neurochemistry, and all of that stuff. So though it is like you're still doing a lot, the responsibility of not having a plan definitely made it like a little bit less stress-inducing. I can see that.
Absolutely. And not having bills because you're living in their quarters, you're living in their barracks, and you don't have to pay rent, you don't have to pay water, you don't have to pay any bills, you don't have to pay for anything. You really just don't have to do anything except for what they tell you to do. and that's just like, I don't know. It depends on who you are, but for me, that like if I could go back for another year right now, I would, because like it's just amazing. You could like, you know, I was in the best shape of my life. You just have time to do things for yourself, and you don't have to worry about taking care of anything.